From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
What? 180? 59. Not here.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let him know, let him know. Play kill. Check 59. Maverick. 59, Mike to 59. Yeah, let's get that ball, Dean. Let's get that ball right here. 59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check it.
Gone. And this is incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Check 31, check 31. Under 10, under 10. Value 1.
Throwing on 3rd, gone. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Here we go, here we go.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Get in the right room. Check 12.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Watch it.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Alert!
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go, here we go. 180! 59! You ain't got nothing! You ain't got nothing! Hey, check 24! What's 24? Check 59, Mike!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Matt Breida, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time. And they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Goff going to give this one to Henderson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Switch!
On first down, it's Gurley. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D. Ford, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you have two drives with turnovers. Now they
under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Chris Jones in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Squeeze, double.
Now it's gone. And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Gurley with a little bit of an opening there as he's able to get 5 on 1st down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Whirling. Check. 59.
Back to throw. Gone. He'll give this one to Cobb, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Cooper Kupp, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Let's go. You tighten up. Slam.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Here we go. Kill. 21. Here we go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. That's complete to his speedy wideout, Goodwin. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mike 59. Exit.
On 2nd and 9, Goff, and that'll be incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
Value 3. 54. Mike 54. I got it.
From the gun on 3rd down. Gone. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
On the return is Pettis. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Watch twins.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here I come again. White.
On on 2nd and 9. Garoppolo, incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Taking a shot for Samuel. It got his man complete. A gain of 32 that time.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
21.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here we go. He's checking. Crack.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. 36. 21. Here we go.
Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abukum in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well,
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Hey, foxtrot. Watch 54. Check.
Out of the gun. Gone. Looks to throw. Fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here comes Pettis on the return.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll begin the drive with Breida. And he works free. Whoa, it still won't go down. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Mike. Here we go. Wait, 80. He's coming. We got double. One, Omaha. Check it back. Greystone, travel. Mike, check. 59. Here we go, D. It's just me and you. 21. Check 43.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On second down, a run with Breida. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. The LA defense up to snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to fourth down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Goff now looks to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Solomon Thomas in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Coming to you.
76, tell him. 76. 76.
Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up.
Goff now to throw. Chris Jones has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Here's Johnny Hekker now. He's been terrific so far. He'll take it at the 42. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch QB go. Check 3. 6.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. That's going to set him back 5 yards. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Going up top. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. He had a little bit of a turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. He was looking to go back to Cooks one more time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
17.
Now gone. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
And the 49er first down.
Here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run with Breda, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
You go tight.
11.
You got tight right there.
Garoppolo gives to Breda. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Here we go. Like 80!
Keep it up, guys.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing on second down. Goff. He gets it to Gurley. Complete. Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to bring up the 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
11.
56. Mike's 56.
A shotgun snap for Goff. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go.
And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 12 on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Extra point right down the middle. And that will put them on top here in the third. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, here we
The
go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together. Say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you're looking to plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Here we go.
One play has them up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo. Man open. It's Goodwin. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. On first down now, run with McKinnon. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
59, Mark, check, 59. Hey, come on out here, come on.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Oh, he's going to look end zone here for Pettis. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary can really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
To throw is Garoppolo. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful. Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort, and you know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Five. Maverick. Mike 59. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Two.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Goff. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Goff now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
120.
Mike 54.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for 3rd down. From the gun, here's Gone. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 10.
Let's go.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It'll go as a 1st down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
11.
Here's Breida. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Here we go. 180.
59. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take a win home.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It'll go as a 1st down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
We won it. Come to my world. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. He's coming. Double up. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone,
Here we go.
you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Spawn. No.
They'll toss it to Breida. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Niners on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
First down, San Francisco.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
Don't get nervous. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
21.
Check 15.
On first down, here's Breida. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss.
Here we go.
I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
It's just me and you.
DC.
Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Watch twist. Bang.
And that'll set them back 5.
Here goes tonight. 180.
Mike 54.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D. Ford in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Hold the look. Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
3rd and long. It's gone. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Kill.
Mike's by 4. All day, dog.
The Rams going for it on fourth. Gone. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they declined the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
Whip. Watch the whip.
61, matchbox, lights.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter.
Easy work, and it's coming again.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range. They run again with Breida. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Tight ends right.
13.
Got 4 down. 94 is the mark. Pick me up. Here we go. 94 is the mark.
Back to throw. Garoppolo. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. 16 yards is the pickup there at a first down for L.A. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Goff now to throw. They'll find Everett there, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Let's go, defense.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Check.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
Here we go. 20.
59. Got you, boy. I got you, boy.
And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And the kick is good. The young rookie coming through like a 10-year vet. And the Rams have won the game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for L.A., their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.